Hello everyone, very good evening, very warm welcome once again to your favorite channel, that is Lukmaan IAS Academy. And we are going to proceed in our today's DTRS, that is Daily Takkar Rapid Series, that is 10 questions based on your current affairs daily, okay? So here we go guys, with the class number 27, 3rd of July 2023, and we have got the quote for the day: wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have something. Okay, that simple thing, okay, the statement given by Plato, right? So you can see the beauty. The wise men speak because they have something to say, and fools say because they have just something, nothing, मतलब बेकार. Okay, so चलिए आइए देखते हैं हमारा आज का एजेंडा क्या क्या होगा. सिकल सेल एनीमिया, पंचायत डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स, ग्रीनफ्लेशन, नालबाना बर्ड सेंचुरी, फेयर एंड रेम्यूनरेटिव प्राइसेस, ग्रीन क्रेडिट, आइस क्यूब ऑब्जर्वेटरी, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, Industrial Park Rating System, and the site program. That will be the 10 questions for the day. Okay. So guys, here we go with the first one. That is, consider the following statements about sickle cell anemia. So the first statement: sickle cell anemia is a genetic blood disorder. Second, it affects the ability of blood to clot. And third, it can be cured through bone marrow transplant. So how many? So once again we can see the term here, okay, that is you have to tell how many of them is or are correct. कितने सही हैं ये बताना है, कौन कौन सा सही है ये नहीं बताना है. So तीनों में से सिर्फ कोई एक सही है, सिर्फ कोई दो सही है, कोई तीन सही हैं, तीनों के तीनों, या फिर एक भी सही नहीं है, हमें ये बताना है. So क्या होगा इसका हमारा सही जवाब? Okay, so what you can see here, only 2 statements are correct. Okay, so which of the 2 statements? Let's see. Okay, first of all, why this question is in this particular session? So why in news? Opposition deceiving poor with false guarantees on welfare schemes. Okay, so यहाँ पर statement आया है: addressing a gathering at the launch event of the National Sickle Cell Anemia Eradication Mission 2047 and distribution of 1 crore आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड्स. ओके, सो ये सारी चीज़ें हुई हैं जहाँ पर बात करी गई. एक स्लोगन आया, ओके, गरीब पर चोट और नियत में खोट. ओके, ये एक स्टेटमेंट निकल कर आया, काफी आजकल ट्रेंडिंग है ये हमारे पूरे सोशल मीडिया पे. ओके, सो ये इस पर्टिकुलर इवेंट की वजह से एक क्वेश्चन है हमारे पास. तो सही जवाब क्या है इसका? हमारे पास बी, दैट इज 2 ओनली. ओके, ओनली 2. सो विच ऑफ द 2 स्टेटमेंट्स इज और आर करेक्ट? लेट्स सी. ओके, सो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट. It is a genetic blood disorder and passes from one person, one generation to another. Statement 2 is incorrect. It is not the sickle cell anemia but another genetic blood disorder called hemophilia, which affects the blood's ability to clot. Okay, so statement 3 is correct again. With the help of bone marrow transplant, after every early detection of the disease, the sickle cell anemia can be cured. तो क्या है इसका बेस्ट तरीका क्योर होने का? That will be the bone marrow transplant. Okay, so moving ahead with the second question for the day. Here we go. With reference to the panchayat development index, consider the following statements. क्या क्या है? It measures the incremental progress towards the achievement of localization of SDGs. And second, it acts as a baseline in preparation of thematic gram panchayat development plan. Okay, so अब देखो क्या बताना है यहाँ पे. Which of the following given statements is or are correct? ऊपर में से कितने सही हैं पहले वाले क्वेश्चन में बताना था, दूसरे वाले क्वेश्चन बताना है कौन सा सही है. Okay, which of the following is or are correct, right? So why in news? So because of this, Union Minister of State for Panchayati Raj, Shri Kapil Mureshwar Patil, releases report on Panchayat Development Index. Okay, so let's see the correct answer. That is C. That is both the statements. Okay, so sorry, second statement only is the correct statement. That is, it acts as a baseline in preparation of the thematic gram panchayat development program. Okay, so इसके ऊपर हमारे पास UPSC में prelims में 2013 में पूछा हुआ क्वेश्चन भी है. That is National Development Council. Okay, ये क्या होता है? Economic and social planning is kept in the concurrent list, and the Constitution of India prescribes that panchayat should be assigned the task of preparation of the plans for economic development and social justice. Okay, तो इसका आंसर क्या है? B, that is 2 and 3 only. Okay, so what we can see here, statement 1, it is correct. The Ministry of Panchayati Raj is anchoring the process of localization of SDGs in PRIs, that is Panchayati Raj institutions. Okay, and statement what we can see here further, the whole of a society approach meant to consider engaging multi-sectoral stakeholders and facilitate their active participation in decision-making process and so on. Okay, then what we can see here, statement 2 is correct. That is, the PDI ranks panchayats on the basis of scores and categorizes them into 4 grades: those with scores under 40% fall in grade D, 40 to 60% in grade C, 60 to 75% okay, in grade B, and 75 to 90% in category A, while those scoring 90% and above will be A plus, okay, and there are 9 themes, okay, written as follows. Okay guys, so this is the second question. Now we move on to the third one. Greedflation disproportionately impacts low income and middle class individuals, reducing their consumption and lowering their standards of living. Statement 2, greedflation is profit price spiral where companies exploit inflation by raising prices. So which of the following is the correct in respect of the above statements? Okay, so assertion and reasoning की कहानी को जो है यहाँ पे दर्शाया गया है. So both statement 1 and 2 are correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation for 1. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct and statement 2 is not the correct explanation for 1. Statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. तो सही जवाब इसका क्या होगा? ग्रीडफ्लेशन अगर आपको याद हो तो इसके बारे में अपने एक स्पेशल सेशन में हमने डिस्कशन भी किया है. That was we were discussing about greedflation. So ये रहा उसका न्यूज़. Okay, what is greedflation and so on. So correct answer क्या है इसका? A is the correct answer. बोले तो statement 1 and 2 are individually correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Okay, so both the statements are correct and statement 2 stands as the correct explanation for the statement 1. Okay, so explanation अगर हम इसका देखते हैं हमारे पास यहाँ पर. So greedflation क्या होता है हम सब अच्छे से जानते हैं. जब कंपनीज अपना फायदा मुनाफा बढ़ाने के लिए ज़बरदस्ती जो है प्राइसेस बढ़ाने लगती हैं तो ऐसे में मार्केट में क्या आ जाता है? ऐसे में मार्केट में आ जाता है greedflation यानी कि greedy inflation. ज़बरदस्ती जब प्राइसेस बढ़ते हैं किसी चीज़ के. Okay, so that is what the greedflation term is. Okay, so we move on to the next one, that is which of the following protected areas supports both terrestrial and aquatic biodiversity and is bound on the east and north by the Hirakud Reservoir and has recently made completely free from any human settlement. Okay, so हम सब जानते हैं न्यूज़ में बहुत फेमसली रहा है. अभी हमने इसको हाल ही में अपने DCA सेशन में भी डिस्कस किया. That is where we were discussing the daily current affairs. Okay, so here we go. What is the correct answer? That will be B, देवरीगढ़ वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, जिसके लिए देवरीगढ़ 48 नाम का प्रोजेक्ट भी लॉन्च किया गया है. That's in Assam. Okay, so sorry, it's Odisha, right? So देवरीगढ़ वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी जिसको बोला गया है, that will be free of any kind of human activities and human settlement. Okay, so with reference to the fair and remunerative price FRP of sugarcane, consider the following. It is a minimum price of sugarcane that the government has to pay to sugarcane farmers. Second, it is determined under the Sugarcane Control Order 1966. And third, it is the price announced by the state government in consultation with the central government after taking feedback from sugar industry associations. So once again the question is reversed. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? कितने statements ऊपर जो दिए गए हैं उसमें से correct हैं? Only one, only two, all of the three, or none of them? So let's see what is the correct answer here. Okay, so the correct answer is A. That means only one statement. Okay, simply only one statement is correct. Now let's see which statement is correct. Okay, statement 1 is absolutely incorrect. That is FRP is the minimum price that sugar mills have to pay to sugarcane farmers. Statement 2 is correct. That is the sugarcane is determined under the price, the FRP of the sugarcane is determined under the Sugarcane Control Orders Act of 1966. And statement 3 is once again incorrect. Okay, because the FRP is fixed by the Union Government, that is the CCEA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, on the basis of the Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices, that is CACP. Okay, CACP जो है कमीशन है जो रजिस्ट्रेशन देता है और उसके बाद जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है वो इम्प्लीमेंट करती है. Okay, then sixth question for the day, regarding green credit, which of the following statements is not correct? Incorrect statement बताना है हमें इसमें से. So option A here we got, it is administered by the Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education. B, available to both government and private sector industries. C, tradable and earnings received from credit can be made for sale on a proposed domestic market platform. and D, focuses solely on CO2 emissions reductions like the domestic carbon market. Okay, so green credit के लिए इसमें से जो incorrect statement है हमें वो बताना है, यानी कि गलत वाला statement जो है वो बताना है. Okay, so here we go. What we can see, D, okay, is the incorrect statement. Focuses solely on CO2 emission reductions like the domestic carbon market. Rest all of the statements are correct. Okay, so why this question is here? Because Center proposes draft rules for green credit program. Okay, so Center ने बोला है क्या कि green credit program को लेकर उनके कुछ नए rules and regulations जो हैं अब आएंगे. क्या rules and regulations होंगे वो हमें detail में मिल जाएगा. Okay, in the upcoming couple of days with the news, right? So statement 1 is correct, 2 is correct, 3 is correct, why 4 is incorrect? While the domestic carbon market focuses solely on CO2 emissions reductions, the green credit system aims to meet other environmental obligations as well. Okay, incentivizing sustainable actions by companies, individuals, as well as local bodies. Okay, so not only CO2 but other environmental related aspects as well. Seventh question, the recent discoveries made through the Ice Cube Observatory based in Antarctica have revealed that the Milky Way galaxy is an abode of neutrinos and not just the galactic home is in various wavelengths of light. In the context of the neutrinos, consider the following statements. The exploding stars and collision of cosmic rays with the interstellar matter release neutrinos. Neutrinos are responsible for causing nuclear fusion in the sun. They have a negligible mass and they are not affected by gravity at all. So how many of the above statements is or are correct? तो मेरे को क्या बताना है exactly? Correct statement बताना है. Okay? So कितने ऊपर से होंगे? सबसे पहले न्यूज़ देखते हैं क्या है. So first ghost particle image of the Milky Way galaxy. ये जो है अभी हाल ही में जो है साइंटिस्ट ने पाया है घोस्ट पार्टिकल का जो है इमेज, और करेक्ट आंसर है हमारा इसका C. Okay, so what is option C? That is only 3. So how many of the above statements is or are correct? तो 3 statements correct हैं, यानी कि एक statement कोई गलत है. आइए देखते हैं कौन कौन से statements correct हैं. So statement 1 is correct. Neutrinos are the most fundamental subatomic particles which are released when the cosmic rays interact with the interstellar matter, often called the cosmic accelerators. Statement 2 is also correct. They are held responsible for the process of nuclear fusion and decay in the core of the sun. Statement 3 also stands correct. That is, neutrinos, the most abundant particles in the universe, are similar to electrons, but they have no electrical charge, that is having the mass to be 0. But the fourth statement is incorrect. That is, they are affected by gravity and weak nuclear force. Particles with such properties are called leptons. ओके ऐसे जो पार्टिकल्स होंगे उनको हम क्या देंगे? न्यूट्रिनॉन्स नहीं, लेप्टॉन्स बोलते हैं. ओके, सो मूविंग हेड, 8th क्वेश्चन फॉर द डे. कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स अबाउट द वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम कंट्रोल ब्यूरो. ओके, वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम कंट्रोल ब्यूरो के बारे में बताना है. सो इट इज अ स्टैट्यूटरी मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी बॉडी established by the government of India. It works under the administrative control of the Ministry of Home Affairs. So which of the statements given above is or are correct? ऊपर में से कौन से statements सही है ये नहीं बताना है, मतलब कितने statements सही है ये नहीं बताना है, कौन से statements सही है ये बताना है. So only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 and 2. Okay, so what will be the correct answer? But before that we shall take up the news. So Wildlife Bureau issues red alert against poachers and hunters in all of the tiger reserves. Guys, what we can see, all of the tiger reserves, right? So what is the correct answer? A. And what's the A? That is 1 only. So statement 1 is correct. That is, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau is a statutory multidisciplinary body established by the government of India. But statement 2 is incorrect. So let's see why statement 2 is incorrect. Because the Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, multidisciplinary body established, okay, works under the Ministry of Environment and Forest to combat organized wild crimes in our country. Okay, कौन सी ministry? Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And not here, the statement was, okay, that is the Ministry of Home Affairs. So next, question number 9, consider the following statements about industrial park rating system. So launched by the United Nations Development Program, a GIS-enabled database to facilitate investors to identify their preferred location of investment. Then rates industrial parks across 3 pillars, that is internal infrastructure, utilities, external infrastructure, facilities and environmental and safety management. तो अब देखो इसमें क्या बताना है, how many of the statements given above is or are correct. कौन कौन से स्टेटमेंट इसमें से करेक्ट है. ओके तो सबसे पहले न्यूज़ डिस्कस करते हैं. न्यूज़ क्या है, DPIIT सक्सेसफुली ऑर्गेनाइजेस नेशनल वर्कशॉप ऑन इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क ग्रेडिंग सिस्टम. ओके ये जो है हमें न्यूज़ मिली है और इसका सही एक्सप्लेनेशन क्या है, सही आंसर क्या है, ए दैट इज ओनली वन. 3 में से सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक स्टेटमेंट सही है. आइए बात करते हैं कौन सा स्टेटमेंट सही है और कौन कौन से गलत है. सो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज इनकरेक्ट. ओके इट वाज लॉन्च्ड बाय DPIIT in 2018 by the Asian Development Bank and MITI, that is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Statement 2 is correct and 3 is incorrect. Okay, so there we go with the 9th question, and here we go with the last question for the day. With reference to site program, consider the following statements. Okay, site program क्या होता है? It will fund domestic manufacturing of electrolyzers and production of green hydrogen. The objective of this program is to make India a global hub for production, usage and export of green hydrogen. And third, the Solar Energy Corporation of India, SECI, is the implementing agency of the program. So how many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all of the 3, none of them. Okay, so क्या बताना है once again, how many of the statements. तो सबसे पहले न्यूज़ डिस्कस करते हैं. न्यूज़ क्या है, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मिशन once again इन न्यूज़ पिछले 6 महीने से लगातार न्यूज़ में है. और इसका सही आंसर देखें तो ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज ऑल ऑफ द 3 आर द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स फॉर द साइट प्रोग्राम. ओके एवरीवन, सो अगर फर्दर एक्सप्लेनेशंस को यहाँ पर देखें ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन को मद्देनजर रखते हुए. ओके साइट क्या है, स्ट्रेटेजिक इंटरवेंशन फॉर ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन ट्रांजिशन, दैट इज साइट. ओके व्हाट इज दैट, स्ट्रेटेजिक इंटरवेंशंस फॉर ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन ट्रांजिशन. 17,409 करोड़ रुपए लगे हैं. ठीक है, इस पूरे प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन को जो है एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट बनाने के लिए जो कि मार्केट में हर जगह अवेलेबल रहे. एंड ऑब्वियसली वी नो दैट हाउ मच इंपॉर्टेंट इट इज फॉर आवर कंट्री टू हैव the not only country, for the whole planet to have the greenery in all the aspects and spheres of our life. Okay everyone, so ये थे आज के हमारे 10 MCQs based on our current affairs daily. Thank you so much for joining us in here. Please do like the video and do not forget to subscribe for the channel. And please, if you have any feedback for us, we would love to read it in our comment section, comment box. Okay everyone, so thank you so much for joining. See you all soon. Bye bye, take care. Jai Hind.